अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी वयस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली. Let's begin to discuss the poem written by John Keats. The title of the poem is Thing of Beauty. I already explained the two stanzas of this poem in the very first video. Right now I'm going to read the third stanza of this poem, and by this way we'll be able to finish this poem inshallah in this video only. I would request all the students to have the textbook in your hand, and if you have any query question, feel free to write in the comment box or you can contact me. Very easy poem and one of the most beautiful poem written by John Keats. The poet is known as a British romantic poet who died at the age of 25, premature death, very early death. He talks about the thing of beauty, joy forever. He talks about the importance of beautiful things, right? Let's begin to read. Now let me revise the first stanza and the second stanza so we can finish it fast. In the very first stanza of the poem, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. It's lovely increase. It will never pass into nothingness. So he talks about that beautiful thing of beauty brings joy forever, and its beauty always increases. It never passes into nothingness, but will keep our bower quiet for us and sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. And it also talk about he give an example of bower. Bower means shady place. If we sleep under the if we sleep under a shady place or under a tree, it gives we acquire peace of mind. We do have a very sound sleep, and as a sound sleep, because of due to sound sleep, we also do have a very beautiful dreams. And once we do have beautiful dreams and beautiful and sound sleep, we become very healthy, right? So in the very first stanza, the poet talks about that it says that the beauty stay forever, it never fade away, rather it increases with passing time. The persistence of the poet regarding beauty is that it never goes off with the passing time, rather it beautifies more and more. For the poet, beauty is like a beautiful shady tree, under whose shade all the creatures can sleep peacefully and enjoy good health. This was the first stanza. Therefore, and every morrow means morning, are we reading a flowery band to bind us to the earth. So the poet is giving an example. The poet says that when we get up in the morning, once we do have peaceful sleep, and once we do have peaceful sleep, and once our sleep finish, we get up in the morning and we start binding, or we start reading a garland. And once we start reading a garland, we become very we do have great attachment. It attaches, it binds us to the earth. Flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of means despondence of inhuman dearth, spite malice, despondence means disappointment. So as we are human beings, live a life surrounded by malice environment, surrounded by bad environment, and sometimes because of our bad deeds, we become very disappointed. We become very hopeless, right? Spite of despondence of inhuman dearth of noble natures, we do have shortage of good deeds, and as a result we start living our life sorrowful. We start living life in despair, and our life become very miserable, and we start living our life in gloomy days of all unhealthy and all over darkness days, and our life darkness spread in our life because of our bad deeds, right? Made up for searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. But in spite of all this, when we get stuck into the vicious cycle of bad deeds, and as a result we start living very miserable life, very sorrowful life. But during this time, at this time, when we see beautiful things such as the sun, moon, birds, brooks, right, animals, when we see beautiful things, it move away the pall. Pall means crowd. It remove the cover from our dark spirit. It remove the cover of darkness from our dark spirit and bring us. It remind us the beautiful creation of God, and we become so happy seeing beautiful things. Now I am here to read the third stanza of this poem. So in nutshell, the poet says that every day it is the beauty which fill us with the spirit to live. It is the beauty which build us the desire in us to live. Though there are some moments, which where we are very unhappy, and there are some cruel people around us. So here the poet wants to say that without beauty the earth will be full of cruel people, sad and gloomy moments. It is the beauty which created by God which help us to remove the sadness from our heart. This was an explanation that was explained you very long before in the very first video. Now here I am reading the third stanza of this poem, right? So you can understand well. I would request all the students to have the textbook in your hand so you can understand well. Such as the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting shady boon. So which are the beautiful things according to the poet? The beautiful things according to the poet is the sun, the moon, trees old, young, sprouting shady boon. Shady boon means which is developing, and this shadow is very beneficial for animals as well as for human beings. Sprouting shady, we can say it is an alliteration because SS is repeated. For simple sheep, now let me explain you in nutshell these two lines. The poet says that here the poet describes the beautiful things which are present on earth. These are the sun, moon, trees, flowers, daffodils, which I have not read it. For simple sheep and such as are daffodils with the green world they live in, and clear rills. Rills means stream. We can say a small streams of water that for themselves cooling covert. Covert means to cover. Make against the hot season. The mid forest break. Break means a dense undergrowth. We can say jhadi in our language, right? That is called break. Now so in this paragraph, the poet has described the poet has given the list of beautiful things such as the sun, the moon, shady boon, trees, the trees old, as well as sheep, daffodils, right? Then after clear rills, and how they are beneficial for our survival as well as for the animals. So here the poet describes the beautiful things which are present on earth. These are the sun, moon, trees, flowers mean daffodils, and the rivers. Poet says that all these things are like a blessing bestow on all the creatures by earth. He further described that the trees provide us with their shade, flower with their beauty, and river with their coolness during the hot summer. All these are the beauties of nature which are like a boon for us. This is an explanation of the third paragraph. Now I am reading the fourth stanza, last stanza of this poem. Rich and such too is the grandeur of the dooms. The poet is saying that even there is beauty in death. Such is the grandeur of the dooms. There is a greatness lies in the death also. How he is saying that there is greatness lies in the death also? He says that death is also beautiful. It also brings joy for in our life. How is it? Let's see. And such too is the grandeur of dooms. Dooms mean death, right? Actually, the meaning of dooms is a resurrection, but here is death. Such is the grandeur, great of the dooms. We have imagined for the mighty dead. We talk about. We have imagined about the mighty deeds done by our ancestors, right? And we remember them. We remember their mighty deeds, we remember their heroic deeds, and all lovely tales that we have heard or read, and we talk about their heroic deeds, because once we talk about their heroic deeds, it inspires us, it motivates us, The poet further carries on with description of more beautiful things present on earth, such as the beautiful musk, roses which have such nice fragrance, which I have already read it. Then it describes the tales of the mighty warriors who laid their lives for their countries or for humanity. He says that these beautiful things are the gift from God for all of us. They are like a nectar given by God to us, and these are those beauties which are immortal and give us reason to live on this earth despite having so many sorrows in our life. So he says that, in nutshell, he is saying that there is a greatness lies in death also, because and such too is the grandeur of the dooms, and we have imagined for the mighty dead. So he says the heroic deeds done by our ancestors are also very beautiful, because it inspires us, it motivates us. All lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drinks, endless fountain of immortal drinks. So there is a fountain which emerged from heaven, given by God, and endless fountain, immortal drink, and it is immortal drink. Once we drink it, we will never become thirsty. Immortal drink, this fountain or this fountain of water given by God from heaven, pouring unto us from heaven's brink. In nutshell, the poet is saying over here, he says that these beautiful things are the gift from God for all of us. They are like a nectar given by God to us, and these are those beauties which are immortal and give us a reason to live on this earth despite having so many sorrows in our life. This is an explanation. Now let me discuss with the question answer. What does this line, therefore are wreathing a flowery band to bind us to us, suggest to you? There is a question which is over here. What does this line, therefore we are wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, suggest to you? It means that we get attached to the beautiful things around us and view a pretty band which bind us with our life. It becomes the reason for us to live. What makes human beings love life in spite of troubles and sufferings? What makes human beings love life in spite of troubles and suffering? The eternal beauty of various things give us happiness and relaxation. It make us alive in spite of life's trouble and suffering. Why is grandeur associated with the Almighty, with mighty deeds? The noble deeds of the brave men who sacrifice their lives are an inspiration for us forever, which I already explained here. The beautiful legacy of their bravery is the grandeur which associates with the mighty deeds. One more question: do we experience things of beauty for a short moment, or do they make a lasting impression on us? According to the poet, thing of beauty is a joy forever. Even if we see it for a few moments, it has a lasting impression on us, and its beautiful memory stays with us forever. It inspires to live despite the ruthlessness of life. One more question: what image does the poet use to describe the beautiful bounty of earth? The beautiful bounty of earth is described by endless fountain of immortal drink, which signifies that God bestows us with all His beautiful creation, which help us to live despite of sad, gloomy aspect of life. So I am sure that you must have understood this poem, right? Now let me explain you the question answer. Because these are all the question which can be asked in the exam. List the things of beauty mentioned in the poem. Which are the things that have been mentioned in the poem? In poem, everything in nature is a thing of beauty. and a source of joy. Such objects of nature are the sun, the moon, old young trees, daffodil flowers, small stream with clear water, and masses of ferns, break, that is bush, and blooming musk roses. All of them are things of beauty. They all add joy to our life. Least the thing that cause suffering and pain. What are the things that that make us our life miserable? Bad deeds. Apart from this, despondence means disappointment. There are many things that cause suffering and pain. Malice and disappointment are the biggest source of suffering. Another one is the lack of noble qualities. Our unhealthy and evil ways also give birth to many troubles and suffering. They dampen our spirits. They act as covering of sadness on our lives. What does the line, therefore we are wreathing a flowery band to bind us to us, suggest to you, which I already explained you. The line suggests to us that every day we weave a wreath of flower because it keeps us attached to the beauties of the earth. What makes human being love life in spite of trouble and suffering, which I already did. Human beings love life in spite of all troubles and suffering they face because of all the things of beauty which surround them. These things remove our despondent state and allow us to enjoy beauty of nature. Why is grandeur associated with the mighty dead? Grandeur is associated with mighty dead, our forefathers who were glorious in their own time. Because our past is full of stories of their glory, they will be remembered for their glorious achievement. That's why they are beautiful. That's why they are beautiful. Do we experience thing of beauty only for a short moment, or do they make lasting impression on us? Yeah, thing of beauty makes lasting impression on us because they are source of pleasure and motivation forever. The happiness they give never fades away but keep on increasing. What image does the poet use to describe the beautiful bounty of the earth? The poet uses the image of nature's an endless fountain pouring onto us from heaven. Nature is a source of endless joy. The sun, the moon, the daffodils, the clear stream, the forest are few beautiful images that makes deep impact on us. Anyway, so this is the end of this poem, Thing of Beauty, Joy Forever. In the very next video, inshallah, I will discuss one more poem, that is the last poem, and by this way we will be able to finish the textbook. Aunt Jennifer Tiger. Now, how many chapters? The last lesson we have already finished. Lost Spring we have finished. Deep Water I have already finished. The Red Trap I have already taught you. Poet and Pancakes deleted. The interview have already been deleted. Going Places deleted. My Mother at 66 finished. Elementary School Classroom in Slum finished. Keeping Quiet I have already taught it. A Thing of Beauty which I have just finished. Now only one poem is there. Then after we will get rid of this textbook. Right? We will finish this textbook only just by teaching only one poem. Then after Flamingo. So Flamingo textbook comes to an end after completion of one poem, that is Aunt Jennifer Tiger, which I will inshallah discuss in the very next video. So today is the day of Jummah, Sayyidul Ayyam, right? I will request all my students to remember me in your dua. Okay, if you have any query, question, you can come to meet me personally even, or you can contact me, or you can write in the comment box. Okay, meanwhile, remember me in your dua. Allah Hafiz.